there are boarders who are struggling through one of the toughest droughts they have probably ever experienced in their life. These girls are all very strong young women. Their families have an unimaginable resilience to endure such dire circumstances. Girls and boys experiencing this same struggle are scattered across boarding schools around the country. The girls from PLC who are feeling the first-hand effects of this drought include Annabelle and Phoebe Inglet, Lucy Beryl, Anna Dowling, Madeline Webster, myself, Lauren Webber, and Claudia Beggs. I would just like you all to acknowledge these girls today and the struggles that their families and communities are facing due to this devastating drought.
This is one of the worst droughts recorded in Australia, being the biggest since the 1960s, with 100% of New South Wales declared to be in drought. The next time we expect to see good showers is in 2020. That's 2 years away, and 2 years far too long. So I want you to put your hands up if in the last 48 hours you've had milk, cheese, or yogurt, or any other dairy products. Any fruit or vegetables? Or any other meats. You have all consumed or used in the last 48 hours something that's been produced by an Australian farmer. These are the farmers that are helping you and the rest of Australia put food on the table. If you don't help the hand that feeds you, how do you expect it to function? An average person relies on a farmer at least 3 times a day, and a doctor around once every 2 months. This same average person will give more money to that doctor than to their farmer. So think about that the next time you go to buy your groceries and maybe spend that extra $1 on the farmer's milk.
Living on a property is more than just trying to tackle the biggest ram so you can prove to your siblings that you're the toughest, or jumping on your motorbike, zooming down the paddocks, racing your brother and sister. So much time, effort and money is put towards running a farm. My sister Annabelle and I have grown up on a farm and now are north of Orange. We have lived on this farm our whole lives, and I can honestly tell you, I don't think we've experienced a drought this bad. The end of the term is the most exciting part for us, as we know that the holidays are just around the corner. Most of you would be packing your bags to go on your family vacay, or maybe you just heard it snowed at Perisher, so you pack your bags and go on a ski trip. But for Annabelle and I, it's a little different. We don't pack our swimmers or pack our new ski jacket. We throw on our work clothes and head on home to the work Dad has got for us.
This year has been a little different though. Usually we would be busting out of our pants wanting to know what kind of work Dad has got for us. Whether it's shearing time or it's driving around cleaning all the water troughs so that the stock have clean water. Usually something new every day, but not this year. Each holidays that we have been home, we already knew what the work was, feeding stock. Each holiday, each day, it gets worse. No rain in sight. The luscious green grass we once had, now complete bare ground. More time, more money, and more effort would go into feeding our stock, so all of us could go down to the shops and buy that delicious steak you may have had for dinner last night, or that Milo in your milk you had for breakfast this morning.
It's a daily struggle for my dad and every other farmer that is suffering through this drought. My dad is a tough man, always puts on a brave face, but this time it was different. I found it hard having to pack my bags and leave home to come back to school, not knowing what could happen if it doesn't get any better. Looking around, seeing the bare ground, the empty dams, and the stock getting skinnier and dying each day.
We are currently running out of feed for our stock. The prices are rising and finding feed is becoming even a bigger challenge because nearly every farmer is buying any feed they can get their hands on. In the holidays, we did our last truckload of hay until there was nothing left in the shed. we are having to resort in other food sources like cottonseed, which even though it may not have the nutrients they need, is at least something for them to eat. I was on the phone to Dad the other night, and he was telling me how he bought some cottonseed for the cattle to eat. He went on and said that he had left the trailer load of cottonseed in the paddock for the cattle to eat that night. About 10 cows would have been able to fit around that trailer, but because there are around 100 cows in that paddock, they all fought for that one spot around the trailer. Dad went back the next morning to check on the cattle, and there was one lying on the ground with just chunks of skin taken out of it.
Horrible.
Dad described it as being at the bottom of a ruck in a rugby game, having all the rugby players trample over you. The poor cows suffered, not because they are vicious creatures, but because they are starving.
I asked Dad, what are we going to do? He answered with something that shocked me, because my dad always has an answer to everything. He answered with, I don't know. At the moment, all we can do is keep hoping that it will rain.
Just because it is raining here, it doesn't mean that it's raining at home right now.
It's heart-wrenching to see such beautiful animals in so much pain. No animal deserves to be this hungry. Imagine if you were living off a fistful of grain a day, carrying 2 babies. It is impossible if you're human, but this is what these animals are going through. In the holidays, while doing my daily feed run, I came across a pregnant sheep in labour. Although with the little food she had had to feed herself and her lambs, she didn't have enough energy to give birth to the lambs. Unfortunately, the lambs nor the mother made it. This is what is happening all over the country, and not only once a day, but hundreds of livestock are dying due to hunger. You're probably just thinking, why don't you buy more? But when your income is relying on your stock, and more of your stock are dying each day, your income is getting lower. And when you're spending on average $2,000 a day to feed your stock, money starts to get scarce. My dad is a very emotionally strong man, but this drought is even getting him down. It's hard to see people you love losing the things they love. And my family's farm is what my dad loves, and he is slowly losing it. So we have put together a little video of some of the videos from our farms. All these photos have been given by the girls in your year group.